last year I started up a new tradition. This tradition was designed not only to clutter-free my house, but to clutter-free the houses of my whole family. And basically it was to do a yearly car boot sale. Now last year we actually did 2 car boot sales. This was because we had a lot of stock and it rained. Now I'm going to a little field that's sort of off a major roundabout. One road goes to Leeds, one road goes to Bradford, the other goes back to Harrogate. It's just outside a little village called Pannell, which is sort of part of the Harrogate area. A lot of people come very early in the morning. They're sort of there about 6:30. I'm leaving here 6 a.m. And about 7 people start turning up. And this car boot sale runs naturally until about anywhere between 12 and 1:30, and then slowly people just run out of stock and they all go home. When it rains, there's a problem. Because this is outdoor and in a field, as soon as it rains, the show's basically over. And I do mean as soon as it rains, even if it's only a shower. Last time when it rained, first the customers went, then people started packing up. I, of course, don't have a car, I don't drive, so what I do is I get my father to drop me off, set everything up, and then I just give him a call and he comes back when the time is right. So I was waiting there for quite some time. I have a little fold-down seat and a little brolly, so I was just sitting there drinking tea from my thermos flask. Basically, it was about a 20-minute shower, and after that it all brightened up, but you see, everybody had gone home and no one came back. This time we're hoping for just the one. We're going for tomorrow, that will be August the 15th. You know, it hasn't been good, the weather recently. It's not due to be good next week either. It rained this morning but got quite bright this afternoon. Tomorrow is supposed to be the best day. Showers are supposed to be in the south, and the north is supposed to be overcast but dry, at least until afternoon, which is perfect for me because I just need that sort of 6 to 7 hour window in the morning. So what I've basically been doing is I've been collating all my stuff, all my parents' stuff, and I have 2 sisters as well that sort of live separately, all their stuff together, and I have been putting them as an inventory on MySpace since I started collecting, you know, at the start of the month. Various people in my family had been collecting stuff over the past year. I get all the proceeds because I'm getting rid of their junk. In return, anything that isn't sold, they don't get back. I manage the getting rid of it to a charity shop or whatever. So that's the thing. I'm going to use the money for, depends how much I raise, probably for my project into finch breeding, possibly to one of my 2 holidays in October to Blackpool or London. Right, so let's talk about how the car boot sale went then, shall we? I'll start off by saying that I had clothes contributions from my sister Tiffany and her boyfriend Paul. I had contributions also from my sister called Rosie and her soon-to-be husband called Tom. My parents, my mother and father, both contributed. And I put a lot of stuff in myself. So I had quite a lot of stock. In total I had 2 suitcases full and about 3 boxes and then the odd thing that sort of came in its own box sort of thing. So the plan was that I would get up at 5, and if the weather was nice I would make myself, you know, a pack up. I'd get all my stuff down the stairs and be outside waiting for my father, who was going to come at 6 to pick me up. Fortunately, when he rang at about 10 to 6, I had only just got up because I'd fallen back to bed. The reason I did that was basically because, you know, I went to bed on Friday at 12 midnight. I got up at 5 in the morning for work. After work at 3, I got most of the stocks dropped off on me, and then I was basically sorting it out between 3:30 and midnight again. So then I was only asleep again until 5. So I'm quite tired now. But there we are. So we got there, and I have to say that I've done it 3 times, and this is the smallest car boot that it's been in that time. Reflecting on that, I think, is the fact that I haven't quite done as well as I thought I would. But I've done reasonably well, considering it's, all totally profit, basically. The stock that I've got back, I've got about half still. I'm going to divide and give up to charity shops tomorrow. So the results are basically that I went in with a £50 float. The entrance was around £10 and I made that back. And then on top of that I made a further £38, which isn't too bad, to be honest. My sister Tiffany and her boyfriend Paul actually came to the car boot sale and had a look around. They didn't buy anything though, but there we are. So it all went rather well. By the usual time of about sort of 12ish, everything was sort of shutting down. Obviously, my dad drops me off and then he goes away and comes back. So I'm always there quite late. And 1 o'clock he came back and we dropped all the stuff back round here. So it was a full day. It was a little windy and a little cold to begin with, but it got much better. There was no rain, which I was very grateful for. I think one of the worst things that happened this time was that I actually had somebody interested in one of my China tea sets, and I set the price maybe a tad high, £3 for the set, which I thought was, it's good value, but it's maybe not car boot value. I don't know. He suddenly sort of wasn't interested and went away, and unfortunately that item then didn't sell. So that's the sort of thing that I've that was the bummer for this event. I think the best event was possibly the little Chinese woman who bought my Chinese tea set and then said to me as I was packing all the cups in her bag. She said, you don't have a car. She said, did you sell that as well? Which made me laugh, because I thought, no, I didn't sell my car as well. I don't have a car. And of course I was the only one there who didn't have, some sort of car or van. But there we are. So, rather pleased with how it's gone. And if I'm still here next year, I'm sure that we will be able to do another car boot sale. But only one for this year. There we are.